Paola Ramos, Finding Latinx, In Search of the Voices Redefining Latino Identity. Embark on a journey through the diverse and complex world of the U.S. Latino community. With this summary of Paola Ramos's groundbreaking book, Finding Latinx, In Search of the Voices Redefining Latino Identity. Through her travels across the United States, Ramos explores the variety of racial, religious, and political aspects that make up this multifaceted community and introduces the term Latinx, a term that embraces the full spectrum of its members. From environmental justice activism to Indigenous immigrants, and from the taboo subjects of HIV and suicide to the generational differences in dealing with discrimination, this summary offers an insightful overview of Latino identity in modern-day America.
Rethinking Stereotypes. Paola Ramos challenges politicians and marketers to reconsider their assumptions about the U.S. Latino community. She highlights that Hispanic millennials are embracing their diversity, with 80% being U.S. citizens. Additionally, more Hispanics voted in the 2018 elections than ever before, and their combined buying power reached $1.5 trillion. Ramos, who has a unique background, traveled across the U.S. to showcase the diversity within the Hispanic community, including non-Spanish-speaking Gen Z representatives and indigenous migrants. By questioning stereotypes, Ramos encourages society to embrace and celebrate the true nature of the U.S. Latino community. The power of Latinx. The term Latinx has emerged as a powerful tool for inclusivity, encompassing the diverse racial, religious and political aspects of the Latin American community. The LGBTQ community also embraced it for its ability to blur the lines of race, gender, age, sexual orientation, and nationality. This kind of terminology has deep roots in the Hispanic community dating back to more than 50 years ago when they spelled Chicano as Zicano to combat colonialism in Latin America. Ramos sees Latinx as a word that recognizes who she is, despite the mixed elements in her identity. The environmental injustice faced by Byanka Santoyo. Byanka Santoyo is an environmental justice activist who grew up in Kern County, California. Her parents were exposed to a pesticide containing chlorpyrifos while working on a field when she was a child, leading to some people becoming sick and her mother developing an autoimmune disease. 3 women who worked in that field died of cancer within a decade. Despite President Obama's attempt to ban the pesticide, President Trump reversed the ban. Undocumented women in the agricultural industry also face a high risk of sexual assault at work but usually remain silent due to their immigration status. Challenges faced by Latinx immigrants. The book covers diverse issues faced by Latinx immigrants in the U.S., including the experiences of transgender women, indigenous Guatemalan immigrants, Latinos dealing with sexual harassment, and the silent crises of HIV and suicide. The book highlights the struggles of Latinx youth to tackle discrimination and encourage their elders to address these issues openly. The author reports on the challenges confronted by Latinx students in the aftermath of school shootings and the painful experiences of leaders in the gun violence movement. The book puts a spotlight on the uneven distribution of essential facilities like grocery stores and healthcare centers in the Rio Grande Valley and the resilient efforts of indigenous rights advocates and translators to provide aid to those in need. Indigenous identity in the southern U.S. A quarter of Latino adults identify as indigenous or Native American. Author Jorge Ramos visits southern U.S. indigenous groups who blend patriotism with religious practices. Mayan Catholic churches in the South combine animist beliefs with Catholicism. Ramos also explores a large Mayan community in Canton, Georgia's preparations to honor those lost on September 11. Many indigenous groups have been migrating to the United States since the Paleolithic era. One Salvadoran indigenous artist in Minnesota draws inspiration from her Salvadoran Lenca family's connection to the native Dakota tribe. The power of diversity in the Latino voting bloc. In her book, Ramos urges politicians to rethink their approach to the Latino voting bloc. With a population of 60 million, Latinos come from diverse backgrounds and nationalities. However, many view them as a homogeneous group, which is a mistake. As the largest demographic group opening businesses, the second largest voting group, and a growing consumer group, the Latinx community's diversity should be acknowledged. Ramos advocates using the collective name Latinx to encompass this diversity and harness the power of the Latino voting bloc.
As a rapidly growing demographic group, Latinos in the United States are redefining their identity by embracing the term Latinx to encompass their diverse backgrounds and experiences. Paola Ramos's profound exploration of the different facets of the U.S. Latino community demonstrates the power of inclusivity and the importance of understanding and celebrating the myriad aspects that make up this vibrant population. It is crucial for politicians, businesses, and society at large to recognize the individuality and complexity of the Latinx community, rather than perpetuating stereotypes and assuming homogeneity. By acknowledging and celebrating the diversity of the Latino community, we can foster a more inclusive and understanding society for all.